Hello, wealth tycoons. I bet you are familiar with the name Yahoo. Yes, those were the days. I guess, like me, most of you would have created your first email ID on Yahoo. If not the first, but there was a time when most people were using Yahoo Messenger. I know you would have also been the one. But where is this world's largest technology company today, which was once worth an incredible $128 billion and the most popular website on the internet? And now it is nowhere to be seen. You will be amazed to know that Yahoo had the option to buy Google for only $1 million in the late 1990s. But they refused. A tremendous mistake. Before Google, searching the internet was a complete muddle. There was no easy method to look for anything. Jerry and David, two college classmates, unwittingly changed everything there. They started by listing their favorite websites and organizing them into categories. They used it to keep track of intriguing websites they enjoyed for amusement. Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web is what they called it. It wasn't really catchy, but it worked. They let some of their friends access this list. When those friends shared it with their friends, it quickly became popular, with hundreds using it. It was never intended to be a firm. It was just a way for two youngsters to get over boredom. Then a big thing happened. Netscape Navigator, a new web browser, debuted in 1994. It quickly rose to the top of the internet browsing rankings. Netscape engineers also included a link to Jerry and David's directory at the top of their browser. Suddenly, millions of individuals viewed their shortlist. It went from a little side project to one of the most popular websites virtually instantly. Yahoo's founding altered the course of the internet forever. Those were the good days for this browser. But things didn't work out really well for Yahoo. How? Well, it's a long story, and love telling stories. At first, Jerry and David thought everything was going well. Their website was receiving a lot of traffic. However, they rapidly discovered that too many people were using it. To keep everything running, they needed larger, better servers. They also needed to pay someone to review all of the recently submitted websites. At that moment, they realized that to continue, they needed to turn this into a genuine business. Initially, they needed a name. They then reached for a dictionary and began flipping through the pages in search of something noteworthy. At that point, they came upon the name Yahoo and laughed, as it meant someone loud, disrespectful, or ignorant. It had just the right amount of excitement, entertainment, and uniqueness. Yahoo later made the somewhat pretentious claim that the name stood for yet another hierarchical, officious oracle. Let's be honest, they made that up after choosing the name. They then had to decide how to earn revenue. Thankfully, it was not too difficult. Yahoo has emerged as the preferred source for online searches. Yahoo made the internet more user-friendly when it was still new and unclear. Businesses were happy to pay for banner ads because so many people visited the website. Additional visitors resulted in additional ad revenue, giving Yahoo a source of money. As a result, what started as a simple technique of internet organization quickly developed into one of the world's largest websites. This was Yahoo's aha moment. They realized they could develop their own fantastic content while also serving as a directory to help consumers find websites. They knew exactly what was popular because they had all of the information on what people clicked on the most. They reasoned, why don't we make our own versions of these things instead of just sending users to other sites? More Yahoo users meant more commercials, and more advertisements meant more cash. For example, they saw that many people were visiting chat room websites. What did Yahoo do? They made chat rooms on their own. Instant traffic, boom. They eventually expanded to include gambling, sports, banking, shopping, and other activities. Yahoo designed it based on user requests. However, there remained a problem. How could you handle that many tasks at once? Yahoo made a wise decision because a traditional business structure would not work. They recruited a large number of people and divided them into teams focusing on a particular product, similar to small startups. Each team is led by someone who oversees operations in the same way that a CEO would. In 2000, Yahoo offered 400 separate services. You could spend the entire day browsing the internet without leaving Yahoo. They had developed an entire virtual universe. Less than 20% of their page views currently originate from their original directory, which was originally their main lure. What about the others? Everything they had created was magnificent. Yahoo was the internet back then, not just a website. Everything you needed was available in one place. Then came the dot-com bust, which was a total disaster for internet service providers. As a result of the stock market crash and investor panic, Yahoo's major advertisers cut their spending or declared bankruptcy. Yahoo's way of categorizing them, a manually maintained directory, was no longer viable as the internet exploded with new websites. In contrast, Google had created a highly clever search engine, making it much easier for people to find what they were looking for. Users began to gravitate towards Google rather than Yahoo, of course. Yahoo returned to Google a few years after declining their $1 million offer, not to acquire them, but to discuss a contract. They wanted to visit Yahoo's website via Google's search engine. What's the strategy? People who continue to browse Yahoo's homepage may be unaware that they are using Google. As a result, Yahoo shifted from dominating the internet to relying on the same business it had previously ignored. Initially, it appeared that Yahoo had made the right decision, but over time, it was an utter calamity. What happened was that Yahoo users adored Google's search engine. Yahoo was also essentially supplying Google with free advertising by using Google search on their own website. Not much, is it? Meanwhile, Google has discovered something crucial. These started displaying adverts and search results, but they were intelligent advertisements. Their technology identified the best advertisement depending on what people were searching for. This resulted in improved user ads, lower business advertising costs, and increased revenue for Google. And how did Google spend all that money? They took even more severe measures. For example, landing offers might become the default search engine in Firefox and other web browsers. Google was now unstoppable. Because their search adverts were so profitable, they were able to up their marketing budget and attract more users, increase their advertising revenue. It was an endless money-making loop. In the meantime, Yahoo continued to employ outdated banner advertising, which was not earning nearly as much cash. What about advertisers? After recognizing the difference, they began directing funding to Google. Within a few years, Google was not just expanding, but also rapidly displacing Yahoo's advertising and customers. Yahoo started to panic. However, its directory, which was simply a list of web pages, was quickly becoming outdated. Yahoo needed to focus on its other services if it wanted to stay at the top. Yahoo then had an incredible chance in 2006. They met with Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, to discuss spending $1 billion to acquire the company. Zuckerberg was not really interested in selling. However, his investors and board insisted that you have to take it if they offer $1 billion. Everything was in place. Yahoo, on the other hand, tried to be crafty at the last minute, lowering their price to $850 million in the hopes of securing the sale, which was a tremendous mistake. Zuckerberg had an excellent reason to deny Yahoo's offer because it did not include the whole billion. He smiled as he departed, knowing he could manage Facebook on his own. We all know how that turned out. If you think we have done a good job in bringing forth this video, then you can appreciate our efforts by pressing the like button. Your one like can be an immense motivation for us to keep bringing such videos for you. Now, let's get back to our beloved Yahoo. The most absurding thing is that Yahoo invested billions in other firms, including $5.7 billion in Broadcast.com, which is now little discussed. However, they died on Facebook. What if Yahoo had signed those agreements? The internet may not have existed at all. Perhaps you would have been watching videos on Yahoo Video instead of YouTube. To understand the situation better, let's step back for a bit. Given Yahoo's troubles, it's easy to wonder, wow, how could they mess up so badly? However, they were just one of countless small enterprises seeking to succeed at the time. Furthermore, even if Yahoo had acquired Google, Facebook, or eBay, they would not have grown into the industry titans they are today, because internal instability, rather than foreign competition, was Yahoo's most serious challenge. After discovering the mess, one Yahoo employee wrote a memo about it. Because he compared Yahoo's strategy to spreading peanut butter too thinly, it became known as the Peanut Butter Manifesto. In essence, Yahoo was not very good at anything, but it was aiming to do everything. An ideal illustration: during a company retreat, employees were asked to write the first word that sprang to mind when they heard a company's name. Google, look, PayPal, money, eBay, auctions, Yahoo ? Well, everyone wrote something unique. Even Yahoo personnel were ignorant of the organization's true nature and purpose. The document also stated that Yahoo had far too many people performing the same jobs. For example, Yahoo acquired the photo-sharing service Flickr while keeping a separate team dedicated to Yahoo Photos. Why? Who knows? Yahoo first grew by operating as a collection of tiny businesses. However, over time, it devolved into a complete disaster. Teams were not cooperating. The look of different items differed significantly. There were variations even in the coding systems. It resembled a firm made up of misaligned puzzle pieces. Yahoo began to crumble at that point, not as a result of a single catastrophic blunder, but rather as a series of minor ones. Yahoo was a huge wreck in 2008. However, a huge event occurred when Microsoft offered $44 billion to buy them. Microsoft believed that by teaming up, they would be able to compete with Google, which was becoming increasingly powerful. Yahoo, however, declined. They believed they were more valuable and capable of thriving on their own. Another tremendous mistake. After the company's stock price plummeted a few months later, its valuation dropped to $14 billion, less than a third of what Microsoft spent. Ouch. Yahoo's failure to sustain a leader was one of its major problems. They continuously changed CEOs as if playing musical chairs. Terry Semel was the first, back in 2007. Then, from 2007 until 2009, one of the original founders, Jerry Yang, assumed control. Carol Bartz, 2009 to 2011, and Scott Thompson, who didn't even last a full year in 2012, followed. Finally, in the summer of 2012, Marissa Mayer took charge. In 6 years, there have been 5 different CEOs. Each time a new CEO took over, their plans to fix Yahoo changed. However, when the results were not obtained promptly, they were sacked and replaced. The frequent leadership changes made things even more unstable. Yahoo even made 24 modifications to its mission statement. It was clear that no one really understood Yahoo's stated goal. Mobile internet was booming as Yahoo was busy changing CEOs and making a series of terrible decisions. Yahoo was too slow to keep up with the transition from computers to cell phones. When compared to the competition, their mobile apps were terrible. Yahoo Mail, one of their most popular services, also started losing clients. Rather than using Yahoo's archaic website, people preferred to use more modern email programs. Yahoo suddenly began to disappear. Poor decisions, persistent instability, and a lack of mobile coverage all contributed to its death. Adding to it all, Yahoo unusually graded its employees. Even if everyone on the team was doing incredibly well, managers had to identify some as top performers and others as underperformers. The idea was to strengthen the firm by displacing weaker employees. Instead of encouraging teamwork, it created a toxic environment. Instead of cooperating, people started to backstab, compete, and prioritize their own interests. It's not exactly the best way to run a firm, is it? Yahoo was a significant player in the past. People enjoyed it when it was launched as a directory to make accessing the internet easier. Yahoo's uniqueness faded as search engines seized over. Yahoo sought to accomplish everything, but only mediocrely, rather than focusing on one thing and doing it well, and that posed a challenge. When other firms appeared, they performed better. Amazon surpassed Yahoo Shopping, WhatsApp overcame Yahoo Messenger, Gmail surpassed Yahoo Mail, and Quora bested Yahoo Answers. Yahoo simply kept getting lost, whereas all of these companies focused on perfecting one thing before expanding. It formerly dominated the internet, but it lost that position due to poor decisions, inept management, and more competition. Then, in 2017, Verizon paid $4.48 billion for Yahoo. Doesn't that seem like a lot? In reality, it was less than 1/10 of what Microsoft had previously offered. Even after that, Verizon was unable to save Yahoo, which it sold again in 2021. Yahoo is currently changing under its new management. The company is concentrating on its core businesses, which include Yahoo Mail, finance, and sports, and has laid off 20% of its workforce. Additionally, it is considering new avenues for growth, like acquiring the peer-to-peer sports betting app, Wagger. Have you ever used Yahoo? What was your experience? Do share it with us in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching the video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you soon in another video.